What's going on, guys? John here from The Real Talk, bringing you my first review in my IMDb's top 250 American films project that I announced last week. If you guys didn't see that video, I'll leave a link to it right here or in the description down below. But basically, I'm going to be reviewing those 250 films on that list, starting from 250, making my way up to 100. Going to be doing one a week, and there's a little bit of like caveats and stuff like that that you guys should know. So if you guys are interested, there's that video to watch if you want. But like I said in the beginning, this is going to be the first film on that list, and that's none other than Slumdog Millionaire. So the film stars Dave Patel, Freida Pinto, and is obviously directed by Danny Boyle. And this film, guys, the time that it came out in 2008, it just didn't really catch my attention, and it was barely like that time where I was trying to get into film and different films other than, you know, the big blockbuster films. But slowly, obviously, it won Best Picture and stuff like that, and it's been getting more attention more and more from 2008 till now. So I finally got the chance to see this, and this is also why I want to watch the film. You know, being a film fan, guys, there's just all shitload of movies that we want to watch, but we don't have the time to. So I feel like this project is going to make me knock out a lot of those films that I haven't seen. So without further ado, let's get to my negatives and positives of the film. Starting off with the negatives, I only have one, and it's a bit of a nitpick because in my opinion, I didn't really find any big negatives to this film, and that negative is a bit of the editing towards like maybe the beginning, I believe so, or if not the middle, that it just the choice of transitions and kind of, you know, a bit of a, it just kind of made me dizzy, like just a little bit, kind of just the choices that Danny or the editor made, kind of just like going back and forth, like these different color palettes and stuff like that. But it was only for a very small amount of the film. But again, that's a nitpick, and it's not a big negative in my opinion, guys. Starting off with the positives, and I have to mention Danny Boyle at the beginning because I feel like he's just a wonderful director, and he did a phenomenal job in this film, and I'm so glad that he won Best Director that year and Best Picture and stuff like that, because you can really tell that this film could have really fallen flat, especially the way that they decided to tell the story in that sort of, you know, flashbacks and stuff like that. And I don't want to get too much into spoilers here, but you know, the movie is kind of taking place when he plays the game, and also, you know, how he knows the answers and stuff like that. And just really, it's a really compelling way to tell a story, and I really got into it. But if it wasn't really well directed, I feel like that sort of storytelling could have really fallen flat and just been really bad. But other than that, he did a great job in bringing out performances from Dave Patel and Freida Pinto, which I'll go on a little bit in my later on in my positives. And just the cinematography and the score, just everything. I feel like he just had a vision for this movie, obviously, as every director does, but he made that vision come to life, and it was well realized. So I had to praise Danny Boyle. Like I was saying earlier, Dave Patel and Freida Pinto did a phenomenal job in their performances and bringing these characters to life. And obviously, it wasn't just their performances. There were also two other actors for Dave's character and Freida's character. And I also thought the little kids did a phenomenal job as well. And that goes hand in hand with the directing, like I was saying. And I believe Danny Boyle, not to give all the credit to him, because I believe there was another person directing these Indian actors, and I believe he was mentioned in the credits. So I'm sorry, I don't know his name, but I know that there was like a second-hand director there to kind of give direction to the Indian actors. So he has to get credit as well. But back to Dave and Freida, these characters were key to the story, because it wasn't just, you know, this story of finding out if this character was cheating for the game show or whatever. It was just more of the story of these characters, and ultimately a love story. And I feel like they were able to present that and carry the film. So I had to mention them in the positives. I also have to mention the cinematography and the score. Starting with the cinematography, I thought there were some beautiful shots in this film in interesting ways to shoot, and especially in this location in India. There's a lot of cool, unique shots that they got, in my opinion. And the score, I just noticed it. It just popped out. And obviously this one for Best Original Song, I believe so, in Jai Ho, I believe, if I'm not pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, I just felt the score. I felt the music, and that's something really unique for a score to do. And I think that's the whole point of the score, you know, to kind of capture you in these intense moments and stuff like that. But when you actually like feel it, that's really good as well. It kind of mixed. It was a mixture, at least for me, between a score and also like kind of an Indian vibe of music, in which I thought was really well done. So I have to mention the score and the cinematography, which were both well done. Overall, I just really enjoyed this film. From the start, it just grabbed me and just didn't let go until the end. And that's something really hard for films to do, at least for me. And so with that nitpick and all the positives being said, guys, I have to give Slumdog Millionaire an 8.5 out of 10. And I highly recommend it if you guys haven't seen it like I have. I'm pretty sure all you guys have seen it. I was the only one. But I do highly recommend it. But if you have seen it, let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section down below. And guys, remember, this was the first review in my new project that I'm doing. So next week, I'm going to be having the review for David Lynch's The Straight Story. I believe it came out in 1999. So look out for that. And as always, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at The Real Talk. Talk with 2 Ks. And as always, I'll see you at the movies. Later, guys.